morning, good afternoon, or good evening, no matter where you are logging in from. My name is Michael Firth, one of the founding Field Advisory Board members with neumi, and it is my pleasure to host what we call the New You interview series, which we do live on Facebook. And what I'd love you to do, if you're logging in and watching this event and you've just got on right now, do us a favour as we go through the event, type in exactly where you're logging in from, and we'll share that on the screen because we get a lot of scope with these live stream interviews. With that in mind, though, let me just say that we are going to start out. We have a belief here in neumi. We have an amazing product in the glutathione world that no one else has anything like. It is a breakthrough product, and that is because of our hydrostat nano delivery breakthrough. So what we're going to do, we have a belief you get to the head with a fact, but a heart with a story. And so I'm going to share 3 amazing stories with you with 3 testimonials, but we're going to kick off by getting to the head with the facts by sharing a short video first. So let's have a quick look at this.
Remember when this was the best delivery method for music? Remember when this was the best delivery method for supplements? Every industry evolves and improves with new breakthroughs in science and technology. Here at neumi, we've used a proprietary technology to solve an issue that's been around since nutritional supplementation began: the problem of absorption. So many of today's supplements are less effective due to their inability to be absorbed naturally by the body. Using our own proprietary hydrostat nano delivery breakthrough, we reduce the particle size of critical nutrients smaller than ever before, allowing them to absorb in your mouth while swishing for 30 seconds or more. Glutathione is your body's master antioxidant. It's responsible for boosting your energy, detoxifying cells, reducing inflammation, and boosting the immune system. If glutathione is so amazing, why have you never heard of it? Because glutathione is extremely fragile, and if taken orally, it will be destroyed via the digestive process, rendering it virtually useless to the body. Until now, NutraSwish applies nanotechnology to achieve maximum absorption. Now, glutathione and other nutrients can be absorbed simply and quickly by swishing in the mouth instead of being destroyed in the stomach. Using this same nanotechnology, we've created the ultimate skincare product, neumi Skin. We've been able to achieve unparalleled absorption for key ingredients, including collagen, hyaluronic acid, and more. Some of the top skin experts in the world work together to create the ultimate blend of skin-enhancing nanonutrients, creating the most amazing before and after results. With our nano solution, you no longer have to wait months to experience the effects of skincare and supplementation. Our customers are noticing a difference within a matter of days. Don't wait to look, feel, and live your best life. A new you starts with neumi.
Okay, so that video, as I said, is where you get to the head with the facts. This is an amazing breakthrough that does things that nothing else can do due to the hydrostat nano delivery breakthrough. With that in mind, though, we're now going to segue to some interviews from people getting fantastic experiences on the product. But as I said, for those people who logged in a little earlier, do me a favour, if you're logged in right now, type in the chat, or even if you're watching the replay later on, type in exactly where you're watching us from, and we'll whack it up on the screen as we go through. So we have 2 roses and a thorn in the middle today, just joking, with a good friend of mine, Scott. But we're going to kick off, and I also want to say before we get started that, due to technology, right now, here I am in the beautiful Sunshine Coast, Australia. We're interviewing people in the Philippines and the US, and it just so happens some guy with a jackhammer decided to start a few minutes ago on our wall out the front. So I hope you can't hear that at the same time. Technology and internet can be wonderful to us. It can be your friend or your foe, and we're just going to hope that we get through the internet quite well with our next person online, which is actually Ginger. So, Ginger, can you hear me loud and clear?
I can hear you.
Yay! The internet wasn't going so well just before. So, guys, first up, Ginger Kincaid is actually from Indiana in the USA, and she's 51 years of age. She's a HR consultant, and I know how tough that can be because I've been one of those myself in the past. Do me a favour, to kick it off, just tell us a little bit about your life prior to neumi.
Okay, thank you, Michael. Hello, everyone. It's such an amazing honor to be on the call. Just to give you a little bit of background, back in 2013, I had some very serious health issues. My doctors wanted me to be on a lot of medication, but I chose to go down the holistic alternative nutrition path. And since then, I've been taking a lot of supplements for years. However, about a year ago, my functional medicine doctor added glutathione to my regimen. And to be honest, I didn't really notice a difference with it. And after using it quite some time. So then fast forward to March, my sister Gina introduced me to Neumi, and that has been a total game changer.
Fantastic. So tell us, with the NutraSwish, the first product you've been using, what was the first thing you noticed?
Well, immediately, first day I noticed more energy. I mean, seriously, from day one. During my workouts, I noticed that I could work out longer and I was stronger. I also noticed my sleep habits have changed where I used to not sleep really well and wake up sluggish in the morning. Now I fall into a deeper sleep. I feel rejuvenated and refreshed in the morning. And another thing is like my mind, my focus, clarity, all of that. That's the best that it's been in years. So I'm really impressed with it.
That's awesome. I started supplementing glutathione through older technology myself in precursors, and that was the first thing I noticed too. But now when we swish and it's literally almost instantaneous, it's amazing. Now, I understand that you also started spraying your face with the neumi Skin product. What did you notice with that?
I did. First of all, that my improved overall skin tone, the appearance of like the fine lines and wrinkles under my eyes, so much so that my friends and my husband also wanted to start it when they saw the amazing results. And I think that you have a picture of that.
Well, it's funny. I was just trying to share it right now, and for some reason, it is not coming up. Let me just give it a try if I can. No, it's not coming up. Okay. Well, I'm going to refer everybody to the chat box afterwards, because as soon as I finish this event, I'm going to pop the before and after photograph underneath. It is literally spectacular. What you can notice with that is just before, after, the redness reduction, the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. It is just fantastic. Now, I understand because of that, your husband started using the product as well.
Yes, he did. My husband, my mother-in-law, father-in-law, I have a lot of my friends. When they saw that picture, it was amazing. Once I posted it, all of my friends that are my age, 50-ish, were reaching out. What are you doing? What are you doing? And I mean, it's just been an amazing journey just in the last couple of months. So I'm very excited to see what's next.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Ginger, and thank you for your internet hanging in there. And a reminder, guys, when you're watching this interview after, go back into the chat later on and I'll make sure I put the photo in. It is just an amazing before and after photo. So thank you, Ginger. So now what we're going to do is we're going to segue, as like I said, 2 roses and a thorn in the middle. I'm only kidding. This is a good friend of mine, someone I got to know recently, Scott Steele, out of LA, USA usually. Scott is actually somewhere between his 30s and 40s, who knows. I don't know exactly. But he's a radio announcer and a TV host presenter. So he's familiar with this sort of stuff. So welcome, Scott.
Yeah, us Hollywood types, we don't need to tell our age. It could cost us work. Yeah, man.
All right.
Hey, thanks so much for having me, Michael.
No, pleasure. So do me a favor, maybe paint the picture of the results you've had by telling us about your life prior to Neumi.
Yeah, sure. Well, as Michael said a little bit, I'm a radio and television host, and I started when I was just a kid. I started riding the bike had a dream. I wanted to be a game show host when I was younger, and I tried to figure out how's a kid I'm actually from Brandon, Florida, a little cow town of 15,000 people. How does he make it in Hollywood? And I figured out, start running the soundboard in church and work my way up to I figured out if I'm going to be on the radio, needed to learn how to run a soundboard. So started running the soundboard at church and started working at the local radio station. My first mission was waving in the parade. I was the mascot, the monkey of the radio station, and worked my way onto the morning show and just doing anything to get my foot in the door. And that started, I was 12 or 13 years old. And the journey's continued. And like you said, I'm now in Los Angeles. Been on the air with, many of you might remember Rick Dees in the weekly top 40. And Jamie Foxx and I had a show on Sirius XM. And I've been syndicated all over the world, even in Australia on Kiss FM. And And it's been a great ride, hosted for MTV. But that also, Michael, took a big toll on my life, and just tired all the time.
Yeah, right. And so working nights and early mornings and what have you. I understand that you were also taking all sorts of supplements just to stay awake and then also go to bed.
Oh, yeah. I was the young guy at the radio station. No, whatever they didn't want to do. Oh, Scott, we'll make Scott do it.
Yeah.
So I'm taking, and my mom was all natural, from the get-go with vitamins and supplements. So I'm taking this pill to wake up and get some energy. And then just recently, not too long ago, before neumi, I was taking a handful of melatonin and L-theanine and 5-HTP and GABA and all this stuff. I mean, literally 10, 15 supplements at night before bed, and just trying to get some good sleep. Because like you said, I'm up late doing the nighttime promo, and having a few cocktails, and then come home, try and get a few hours of sleep. And then I got to get on the air to do the morning show. So and it wasn't
that kind of background. No. I can imagine. So with that background then, I understand more. Just recently you've started taking NutraSwish. So what was the first thing you noticed?
Yeah, well, I actually, through a friend of a friend, had heard a story of mine, and said, "Oh my gosh, if anybody needs NutraSwish, it's Scott." And she tracked me down through Facebook, and she lives about an hour away, and that's a testament to some of the people in this company too. It's just full of heart and passion and caring. And she drove and got me the product, the Swish and the spray. And I started taking the Swish immediately. And it wasn't like I thought I felt a little something. I felt a little bit clearer. But it wasn't until about day 5, because I'm Virgo, OCD. I'm checking everything and I wanted to make sure I told the story right. But it was day 5 night going into day 6 that, and I just had stopped taking the other stuff, was going to really give neumi a shot. And on that 5th night, about 1 o'clock in the morning, I just naturally fell asleep. And I woke up about 7 a.m. with bells on, popping out of bed, ready to rock and roll. And it was awesome, man. I just felt like no pun intended, a new me. And it was I didn't plan that, guys. That was just it was organic, I swear. So anyway, it was awesome, and just to have it really felt like. And then I was like, oh man, that could just be a coincidence. But then day 6, day 7, day 8, and it continued on. And it worked for my mom that way as well, because I won't rep or talk about a product or share a product even unless it works on my mom, and she had the same result. So it was great.
Yeah, wow. Now, interesting. I want to say before we get this next part, we'll never suggest our products treat, cure, or prevent any disease. In fact, you won't hear a disease name come out of the mouth of a neumi member worldwide.
Just a coincidence.
No, but having said that, I know that more recently, you're saying you're between Florida and LA, but you were in Florida and you had an accident. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I live in both places, but I was down here back home, and our family, we own bars and restaurants, and I was in an Uber coming home, had a few cocktails, doing the right thing, and a drunk driver hit me from behind, and I was in the Uber, and I walked away from it, and a lot of people didn't know, but I had a serious head injury that came out of that. And was experiencing a lot of different problems, my cognition, just remembering things that you would see in typically an older person with remembering and those type of things. And when I started taking neumi, I was already doing some exercises to help that, what I was going through. And when I started taking neumi, the progress of that just continued to get better, and I started progressing more, and I could really see the cognition get better, the short-term memory improved. Oh, and I got to tell you, the really crazy thing, and I got to tell you about my Swish experience too, Michael. So don't wait, don't get all the time out, don't give more time away.
Okay, so one of the things I also remember, you said your girlfriend walked into the room and had a surprise. What was that?
Well, yeah, because she has a 5.5 acre farm in North Carolina, so we'd spend time our time between there too. And she has a rescue farm, and so a lot of the print and receipts there are really small. And at that age, eyesight's decreasing a little bit, and I've been using readers. And so I'm like, hey, babe, where's my readers? And she flew into town here in Florida and goes, did you do something different? I said, no, I'm just taking the Swish stuff. She goes, like, you haven't asked me for your readers. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not using my readers. So I don't know. It's a coincidence that, my eyesight may be doing a little bit better now as well from switching. So I'm very happy about that.
Isn't it interesting? So glutathione, for those that are brand new and don't even understand about glutathione, it does about 400 functions in the body, but it's, the main things it's known for is boosting your energy, boosting your immune system, detoxifying your cells and reducing inflammation. All those things lead back to better health. So, give the body what it needs, and who knows what it can actually do. Now, one thing that is not a coincidence, I'm a sensitive new age guy like you, and I'm okay using skincare, but I love the fact that we can walk in the bathroom and just go spray and walk away. What happened for you with that?
Oh, the spray was awesome. And like you said, yes, of course, when you're on television in the eye, you always want to make sure you look the best and the youngest and not tell your age. But especially with my schedule, and especially not only men, but, find out women are like, oh, I didn't take off my makeup. Well, guess what? The Swish goes right with the nanotechnology. You can apply it right through your makeup, which has been a blessing. We have one of the major NBC news affiliate anchors here, and she's using it, and she could right through this right. But let me tell you what happened to me. After day 6 or 7, I can't remember that exactly, but I just noticed I'd been spraying my face, and I saw Steve Scott, and I saw his hands, and saw, heard some of the different testimonials. I'm going to give this thing a shot too. All he was doing, just using an over-the-counter cleanser, washing my face and spraying it 3-4 times a day. But I have a hereditary turkey neck that was blessed and passed down generationally from my grandfathers. And I'm telling you, on day 6, this thing, I felt it start to tighten up. And also the crow's feet dissipating. I mean, it's awesome, man, and it just feels good. Oh, I got to tell you another thing. Sam, the magician. One of my friends, Sam, who had been in an unfortunate accident as well. He had his hands cut and burned in an accident, and he started spraying the neumi skin on his hands, and it already had scar tissue. We hadn't gotten to him fast enough. And the skin just started growing right over the scar tissue in his hands. He's a magician, folks. He won Australia's Got Talent. So his hands are his life. And magic. It's turned into a beautiful thing.
Turned into magic. Beautiful. Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing, Scott. This is great to see some guys that are also using the skin products. So now we're going to segue through to Mitch, all the way in the Philippines. So now Mitch is actually an editor. She's turning 50 years of age, although she doesn't look it. And she's all the way from somewhere in the Philippines. So welcome, Mitch.
Hey there, Michael. Thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
Pleasure. Now, I want to use your interview for another perspective, because I mentioned subtly in the interview earlier, I've got 14 years experience supplementing with glutathione before this nanotechnology breakthrough came out. And I know for you too, you were using an older technology with a precursor before for about maybe 8 years. So when you started using that particular product, what was the first thing you noticed with that?
What I noticed was, so I wasn't someone who got sick often, but I remember when I did get sick, the recovery was like really fast. If I would take like a couple of days, a week to recover, this one was just like the day after. That was my first experience. Like the day after I felt really sick, the next day I was up and about. So I said, like, there must be something to this. That was, my first experience with that. And I think, also because I was part of the worship team. In our worship team, we like to sing, dance, and jump. So I would get tired often. I would like be running out of breath. But I remember like when I take that, I noticed, hey, I can jump more. I'm not running out of breath. So it must be working. It's like, oh, this is cool. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, now some people are probably wondering, why would you bring up another product? Well, some great products out there, and like everything evolves, the video said, remember when music was through cassette recorders? Well, now we've upgraded the technology, and the key point is that this new product you're taking is way cheaper than any precursor out there in the market, but also way more effective. So what I'd love to hear from you, you've been using this particular product now for 4 months. What have you noticed?
Day one, my sleep. I remember when I slept that first day I took it, it was like this really good, deep, satisfying sleep. And I'm like, whoa, this is so good. Because prior to that, yes, my sleep was pretty good, but this was like just a level up. It was like really good to the point that there was one time it was just so good, I overslept and kind of missed the meeting. So whoops. But yeah, so it was just like that good. It's really, really, that feeling like when you wake up, it's just like, wow, that was really good sleep.
Fantastic. And being an editor, I'm thinking mental clarity is a big thing for you. Have you noticed anything with that?
Yes. So actually, prior to NutriSwish, I would have to have like naps, like afternoon naps. The crash you have when like after lunch, and then I was like, oh, I'm like really so sleepy that I just have to sleep, take a nap, because after that, aside from working, I'd also have to homeschool my son. I noticed when I started taking like NutriSwish after lunch that I was like raring to go back to work. I didn't even want to like, relax or chill or take a break. I like wanted to go back to work. I was just like, let's do this. I was like, I had mental clarity. I had much energy, and I realized, hey, I don't really have to go take naps now. So it also boosted my productivity, and yeah, the energy was like really good.
Fantastic. Now, I also understand that you've been using the Neumi Skin product like Scott, myself, and Ginger. So what have you noticed with that?
Okay, so I'm not one to be like, I'm not so much of a skincare person. Like, I'm not one of those who likes all these elaborate regimens. I'm like this practical girl. So when I found out, all you have to do is spray, that is so cool. So tried it out, just sprayed twice a day, and then I noticed my skin suddenly became smoother and tighter and even like a little brighter. So I'm like, hey, do I have like a little, redness or something? I don't know. So that's what I noticed. It was like getting smooth and tighter. And yeah, so I like it. I love it.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for sharing. So here we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have 3 different people from 3 different parts of the world getting fantastic results with this product. My encouragement to you now, after watching this video and these testimonials, is contact the person who sent you this particular interview and get hold of some of this product as quick as you can. And I look forward to seeing you on the next set of interviews. All the best.